Hey guys, Julie Salon. I'm your intuitive healer for your life and business. So thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it. I wanted to send you a quick podcast today on stepping into your power. Yes, because so many of us need to do this and it's on a continuous basis. I don't think a lot of people say that, right? It seems like so many videos and all the training that I've ever done in my life, and I've done a lot, has always been, step into your power like it's a one and done thing. And actually, that's not the case because you can step in and out of your power on a continuous basis many times per day, actually. And I think a lot of us do that. A lot of us take a step forward, like, okay, I'm going to step into my power right now. I'm going to do this, this, and this. I've got this. I own it. I'm stepping into my power. And then maybe in a couple hours or a couple days later, you feel defeated. You're not having a good day. And then you step back out and then you realize you are again disconnected from your power. The only way that you can achieve your goals is with personal power, right? And all of us have goals. If you don't have goals, I need to do something on that. Like I need to get a video up for you for goals. And I do goals differently than other people. So maybe I should do that. Um, because I've done them quite a few different ways, but I feel like there's so many ways to do it that are the old fashioned way and then they get overwhelming. But anyways, I digress. But let's talk about your power. Let's just say that you want to, and I'll keep it super simple. Let's just say you want to earn 2,000 extra dollars this month in revenue. Okay, keep it simple. I'm not even going to go through all the goals and the way that you set the goals up. I'm just for this, just for our sake right now. We would have a goal, right? We would write it down and then we would work backwards and we'd start finding all the ways and all the steps that we need to take to get to that goal, right? So let's just say if it was for your business, you'd need to maybe connect with X amount of people per day, because out of those many people, maybe, 1 or 2% would call you back. And then out of those, you'd have an actual conversation. And then from there, they would book with you. Okay. Or they would buy your product, whatever the case may be. But to do that, you need to be in the right, not only frame of mind, but energy. Energy is everything, you guys. I could put out a video that could have the most amazing stuff in it. But if my energy is not right behind it, if my energy is low, if I'm not feeling it, if I don't believe in it, nobody's going to listen to it. And it's going to come across as very flat. People will not look at it correctly. It's all about your energy and how you put yourself into your videos, your phone calls, in front of clients, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Okay. You need to be energetically in the right frame of mind, which comes from your power, your personal power, right? So if you think of yourself as a battery, which I always do, you really want your battery to be high. And how do we do that? We need to not only have power within us, which we do, but you need to be able to access it. Now, some days you're going to be able to access it really easily, and some days it's going to be so hard. I had a couple of days ago where it was like no matter what I did, I could not get out of first gear. I was like so slow. I went to the gym and I left. That never happens. I could not put one foot in front of the other. It was like ridiculous. And then there's days where I wake up and I'm like, yes, I got this. So we want every day to be like that, right? Or at least pretty close to that. So how do we access our power? Okay. The way that you access your power, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips, is that you need to know that you must take full responsibility for your life and everything within it. Okay. Now, you've probably heard this before, but what I'm talking about is the food that you eat, the people that you're with, the work that you do, the fun things that you do, the spiritual things that you do, every single part of your life is connected, right? I always used to think that they were separate silos, right? So you've got your spiritual life, your physical life, your physical body, you've got your, your emotional, you've got your professional, your business, and you've got your personal, right? And I always thought that they were separate silos. So in other words, if things weren't going well in my physical world, meaning I wasn't working out, I was not going to the gym, and I was putting on weight, which means I wasn't eating correctly, right? Mind, body, spirit. I thought, does that really have an effect on how well I do at my job or how well I connect with my clients? I mean, yeah, I know that food can bring you up and down in terms of your energy levels, but is it really going to affect my client meetings? I don't think so. Well, guess what? It does, right? I learned through a good friend of mine that this is all connected. And what I like to do is I like to think of them as cups, right? And each one needs to be full, because if your physical body is really running well, right? You're working out, you're paying attention, you're taking care of your body, right? It's very important. And it's not about the vein being looking a certain way, which I know we all want to look a certain way, but it's more about the energy that you have access to. When you move your body, you get that access to that energy, right? Which then goes over into your professional life. So you can have those good conversations with clients because you're energized, your energy is right, you're interested, you're listening, you're in the moment. And then into your personal life, so that when you get home, you can be with others, you can be with your family, you can be interested in what's going on with them, into your wallet. Like, it's all connected like a wheel. Every single cup needs to be full. And so what I'm asking you to do is really to access your power and know that you're responsible for it, right? Um, I recently joined a group of entrepreneurs to get leads for my business, and it's a lot of heavy lifting from my end. And it was expensive. I really couldn't afford it, but I knew I had to change things up, because when you're a solo entrepreneur, you're all alone most of the time, and you are doing everything, right? You're doing everything for your business. You're doing social media, you're doing your videos, you're meeting with clients, you're doing sales, marketing, everything. And the benefit of not only the program and having the leads was the camaraderie and communication that I got to have with other women and entrepreneurs who are killing it. Okay. They're making what I want to make. They're impacting the world in a way that I want to impact it, just in a different sector. So you need to surround yourself with those type of people that can bring you up. Just by being in the same room with them, even if it's on a Zoom call, you feel like you're not alone. You've put yourself into an arena with other successful people, which means you're going to be more successful because you're going to get to know them more, and you're going to get their tips and tricks, and you're going to help each other, right? So why am I saying this? What does this mean to you? You may be like, oh, that doesn't mean anything to me. Well, actually it does. What I did was I took full responsibility for my business because I want to make great changes this year. I want to go all over the world as much as I can. I want to help animals and people. I want to give my gifts, and I want to create an impact and change in people's lives. I don't want you to do what I did, which is why I became a coach. And then later, now I'm all about my spiritual and gifts and my animal communication and my empathic gifts and my intuitive healing gifts. Because what I did was I didn't take responsibility for my professional life. I went to school to be a paralegal because that's what my parents wanted me to be. And they said if I didn't go to school to be a paralegal, I couldn't go to college. And, back I had great parents. Seriously, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't given a choice. What happened was I went to school to be a paralegal, and I hated it. I hated it because I'm a different person. I was not born to sit in a cubicle. I love animals, as you can tell. I'm a communicator. I'm a shaman. I'm a seer. I'm a channeler. I got a lot of cool gifts. And, when I have to do something repetitively, over and over again, that gets really boring for me. Sitting in a cubicle, I felt like every day I was just my life was just, I felt like I was dying. And I later went into sales, and I liked sales, but again, I wasn't in the right place. I wasn't being true to myself. I wasn't sitting down with myself and saying, Julie, what do you want? because I did that, but I didn't believe I was supported by the universe. I didn't believe in myself, and I didn't believe that the universe supported me. I didn't believe I could do it. That's really sad. But the blessing is that now I do, right? I finally said, screw this. I have to be me. And if you don't get me, that's okay. I'm okay with that. And you have to get to that point where you take full responsibility for yourself, for your business, for your life, for your personal and professional life. Maybe you have a spouse that you're not really gelling with and you can't understand why things aren't working, but you know something needs to change. Maybe you have a business that you've had for a long time and you've loved, but now all of a sudden it's not working for you. It doesn't feel right. There's no happiness in it. There's no joy in it. And you feel stuck. And that is a sucky place to be, feeling stuck. But the truth is, being stuck is an illusion. Okay? You're never stuck. There's always options. Okay? You may need the courage to make those options real. You may need to look at yourself and really dig deep to make changes in your life, because that's what real change takes, is for you to face yourself and say, I have to make changes for myself because I'm dying a slow death here and I can't do that. I have so much to give. So the illusion is that you're stuck, because you're never stuck. You always have options. But what I'm asking you to do is to take full responsibility and to look at your life in all these segments and say, where have I let myself go? Have I let myself go physically? Am I spiritually disconnected? Is my business thriving, or am I just not feeling it anymore? Is my marriage or the person I'm with, am I happy? Or have I changed so much, or they've changed so much, or things have changed so much that it's not working and things need to change again do we need to get back on track? Or maybe we have to split. I don't, the thing is, you've always got options because you are in control of your life. So being stuck is an illusion. Okay. So you've always got options. And the other thing is, for you to step into your power, because you're taking responsibility, you need to be willing to surrender to what you don't know is going to happen. Super hard. Shouldn't say that, because when I say things like that, it's like I get corrected right away, because what you say comes true. So it's not super hard. It's easy. Let it be easy. Let it be fun, as my coach used to say, right? You need to know that you can make changes and you can do it seamlessly and effortlessly. Yes, there can be some blowback. Yes, there can be, some steps that may not feel comfortable. Yes, you might cry. Yes, you might feel so upset that you're like, oh, I don't want to go through that. But at the end of the day, I know that I need you to be happy. You're in control of your life. You've got the keys. Think of your life as a car. You're in the driver's seat. You decide where that car wants to go. You decide how fast it wants to go, where it wants to go, what the car looks like, everything about it. You decide. So taking responsibility, knowing that you're not stuck, that's an illusion, and knowing that your power is always, always there for you. Now, how do you access your power? You have to actually reach for it and you have to actually claim it. This is something that I teach when I work with people, but you have to actually claim your power. And you need to work with the divine, spirit, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. That's your connection to your power. Your personal power is tapped into something greater than you, right? You may just believe it's the universe and the trees. That's totally cool. I believe it's God. Totally cool. You may think it's Buddha. Totally cool. Whatever that looks like for you, because labels don't matter. Okay. It's whatever you believe in your heart, whatever you're connecting to. If you have disconnected, you will start to feel stuck. You will start to see things spiral. I guarantee you that, because I've done it enough times where I know, right? And it's not about giving up control. See, I always thought it's about control. I'm one of those, I'm laughing at myself because I was so blinded. Like I really thought that I always want to be in control, right? Because I want to be prepared. That's the way I was brought up. If I'm having a party, I need to be prepared. Like the whole house needs to look a certain way. I need to have the right food. I need to wear the right outfit because I want to portray this outward appearance of how I want to be perceived. Um, and that's just the way I was brought up. But what I didn't realize was I always wanted to be in control of other people and their reactions. Not possible. In control of situations and circumstances. Not possible. Now we try, right? I'm not saying don't try because, if you don't want to go willy nilly, which I don't do very well, which sometimes is a good thing, um, you can go ahead and you can plan for it. But in the end, the only person you can control is yourself. I have a horse, Zeus, right here. He's 1,200 pounds, right? And my best friend used to say, you cannot outmuscle a horse. You cannot. You have to outthink them. You cannot control them. We riders think we can control our horses. If you have a dog or a cat, you may think you can control them, but really you can't. You can't. They have their own minds and they're going to do what they want to do. Some days they want to cooperate, some days they don't. The best way to do it and go about working with them is to have synergy. And that's the way it is with life, right? I'm going to show up as best as I can, as prepared as I can, but I can't control what happens in a meeting. If my horse is going great and all of a sudden, like he sees something and he gets afraid and he jumps, he's going to jump. I can't stop him, but I can control myself. And by knowing that that might happen, right? I prepare for it. I work out, I ride more, I get stronger. I learn his nuances in his mind better. We work better together, right? That's how you prepare, but still you're not in control. So as that relates to your power, I thought, I can control this and I can control that. Really, you have very little you can control, but you can control yourself, right? And you can do that by accessing your power. So if you feel disconnected from source, spirit, the universe, God, whatever that is, get reconnected. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be long. All you have to do is close your eyes and want to reconnect. That's it. That's it. So easy. Don't make it hard. It's super simple. That connects you to your power. And then I'd like you to look at your life in those cups that we talked about. And I'd like you to look, it's not about the outside, it's about the inside and the results that you're getting. How do you feel physically, right? Do you feel energized? Do you feel like you're strong? Do you feel like you can do things and accomplish things? Because I didn't. I started 4 months ago working out 6 days a week. I was heavy. I felt terrible. I hated the way I looked. Hated it. And it was very vain of me. I was like, I want to look good this year in a bikini. I want to look good. I'm not doing this anymore. I got to the point where it's like, I'm not doing this anymore. And that's maybe where most of you have to get to the point where you're saying, I'm not accepting this anymore. When you access your power, it's because you're dissatisfied with something in your life. And you've got to get to that point where you go, I'm not accepting this anymore, right? It could be physically with weight. It could be with a partner. It could be with your job or your business. I am not accepting not having enough clients anymore. I don't care what it takes. I will find resources. I will figure it out. I don't care how long it takes me, how much studying I have to do. I don't care how long in the gym I have to be. I will get to my goal. Now, you know what? I lost like 35 pounds. I'm still not done. I want to look a certain way in my mind, but I got to tell you something. Every day I go in the gym for like an hour and a half. I'm so strong. I'm getting so strong. I feel so much better. But here's the even best part. I get so many good ideas when I'm working out. I have like, I'll be like doing my cardio and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a good idea about my business. Oh my gosh. All of a sudden everything starts working for me. And I write it down or I type it on my phone real quick, right? Or you realize this needs to change, this needs to tweak. It's all about you understanding that you take responsibility for your life, for how you want to look, for how you want to show up, for the people around you, right? And for your business and your spirituality. And they're all connected. So it's very empowering to step into your power. And how do you do it? You start by taking steps and knowing I have personal power. I'm going to connect in with higher than, and I'm going to start working on my affirmations and my rituals, and I'm going to connect in and tap into my power. So I will do another video on that. But I hope this helped you. This was really important to me because you can step in and out of your power, and there will be people that will throw you off your power. Okay. I want you to know that. You can find people in life that can be very abrasive, or they can be even a soul partner that you can let down your walls so quickly sometimes that they can take your power from you. Don't let that happen. When you have your power, you need to keep it within you. And you can give it away, but you can always get it back again. So don't think that if you give it away, you can't get it back, because you can. Your power is your power. That's it. And it'll always be with you. And remember also that what's for you will never pass you by. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made. I will tell you, you are looking at someone who has made a ton of professional mistakes in their life. A ton. The last position I had, I worked for a senior vice president for a very large insurance company. I liked the job. I liked my boss a lot. She was very smart. And it was good when it was good, but it was all on paper. On paper, it was a good job. It ticked all the boxes, right? Good job, good money, top floor, corner office, everything. But every day I went in, after a while, I deluded myself. And after 3 or 4 months, it was like, I'm not happy. Why? Because I'm not using my gifts. Why? And it didn't work out in the end. And they told me, your gifts are not appreciated here. Now, 5-10 years ago, this would have broken me. Like, broken me. But in that moment, I literally was like, I'm free. I'm free. You did me a huge ass favor, because you pushed me out of where I was comfortable, the baby bird nest. And now I was like, screw this. You know what? I have gifts, and I'm going to start using them. I'm going to start learning how they work, and I'm going to start working with them, and then trusting God, spirit, the archangels, everything they give me is true. Everything started opening and changing for me. Now I help people connect to their gifts, help them understand and use their gifts, help them have the life that they've always wanted. And one of my greatest superpowers is being able to see you in all your power and all your joy, which most people can't do that for themselves. They can't see that vision of how great they truly are. That's what I do for you. I can see you as great before you can. But the beauty of that is I can help you get there, right? So everything that's happening to you is not happening to you, it's happening for you. And you can always access your power. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made, because they're not really mistakes, they're just lessons. It doesn't matter what's happened before. It doesn't matter. I don't care how old you are, how young you are. I don't care if you're down in the dumps. I don't care if you've had 15, 20 businesses that have failed, because I've had businesses that have failed. I don't care. You can always say right here, right now, nope. Right now, I'm taking charge of my life. I know it's going to take time, but I'm going to access my power. I'm going to get people to help me with my vision, to use my gifts, that have done it before me, that have done it successfully. And I'm going to get to where I need to be. And I'm going to make it happen. All right, guys, I hope this helps. So I have a lot of different ways you can work with me. There'll be a link below. You can do a single session with me, or you can jump on the 3-month and 6-month mastermind group that I have. It's all about you taking and standing in your power and really being the best you can be, because I know that you have gifts inside of you that need to come out to help others. All right, guys. Love you guys. Take care.